I'm here today because the Women for Trump have brought me here today. They know how it upsets me to go through every day seeing this double standard. So I'm so thankful to Amy for bringing me here today. It's so important that the American people understand what Dianne Feinstein, Chuck Schumer, and Senator Durbin did to me in '99. I had all the evidence in the world. I had witnesses, I had injuries, I had dates, and everything verified. This was in the NBC Dateline interview. And then when I was deposed by the independent counsel, Ken Starr's group, and they deposed me, and this became a part of the record of the impeachment, not one Democrat senator would read this, not one. They completely refused. And Henry Hyde said to them, please just read this woman's credible account of a rape by our sitting president. And they still refused. They would have nothing to do with it. And even at that moment, Representative Ted Stevens, who is a Republican, or was a Republican, he's deceased now, stood up and said, Henry, I don't care if he raped her, got up and shot her dead, you're never going to get the votes. So that's how I was treated when I had such proof of my allegations. And then you see these sketchy, vague, and allegations that are falling apart by the moment that they have raised up to the highest degree. It's a double standard, and it's disgusting.
So you're saying you not only weren't given the opportunity to be heard, but you never had the opportunity to be believed. Now one of the slogans, the tagline is "Believe all women." As someone who wasn't believed a couple decades ago, why do you have a problem with the way these allegations are being handled now?
Because they're so vague, they're so sketchy. Everything that Mrs. Ford had originally reported are crumbling. All of these things are crumbling, and they're not coming in by the week. They're coming in by the hour. People that say, no, I knew her all my life, but she never told me anything like that. And they are, I'm sorry, I do not believe her allegations. If she had something like that done to her, I don't believe it had anything to do with Brett Kavanaugh.
And I believe some of the members who are on the committee today were involved in both hearing and believing your case back then. Who are those members, and how have things changed for better or for worse?
Well, things are better now, but it's only because Hillary Clinton lost. You know, her husband was my rapist. And all of these articles that came out in 2017, such as Michelle Goldberg with the New York Times, big headline, I believe Juanita, and all of these others that fell in line, those articles I really feel would never have come forward had Hillary been elected president. So that's one reason.
My last question for you is, how do we find the balance between believing women, giving them the benefit of the doubt, but also having some standard of due process and credibility and fairness for the accused, like Brett Kavanaugh?
Right. You know, my son is an attorney at my hometown, and he made a post this week, and it said that regarding the Kavanaugh hearing, that memories fade after 30 years. You cannot depend, and they even change after 30 years' time. You cannot go to court or make allegations just on your memory. You have to have facts. You have to have dates. You have to have what, where, who, now, and why, which I had at the time, and Miss Ford doesn't. Whoops. She decapitated us.
Well, I heard you traveled kind of far just to be here today, so thank you for taking a few minutes to speak with us.